10th-year man from right here, Regina.
A loss of 2. Now 2nd and 12, Saskatchewan. Here comes the rush. And Durant throws it underneath to Hughes. Vaults ahead of the 50, gets to the field, and a first down for Saskatchewan.
That's a huge first down. May not look like much, but though you're replacing Corey Sheets, the team is down. You just lost your starting tailback. All heck is breaking loose. Darian steps up in the pocket, finds a 10th-year man from Regina Rams, Neil Hughes, making people miss, picking up a critical first down. May not look like much, but that's huge for the Rider fans in this football team.
Hughes with a fumble recovery earlier on a punt return, and now a first down for the Riders. Durant throws underneath the Ty Smith, and Smith got belted at the end of that play as Demetrius Morley unloaded on him along with Shane Horton.
Yeah, he's coming flat across the middle. He's got Hughes again out on the flat. You can see Hughes go up here. You're going to see Taj Smith come across. Danny's going to go with Taj. Watch Hughes. They don't see Hughes. Give it to him out there. He's got another first down. He throws right in the heart of the defense. They come up, and then Shane Horton collapses Taj Smith.
That was 2 yards the hard way. Now on 2nd down. The pass by Durant is batted down at the line of scrimmage. And once again, Saskatchewan will be forced to kick as Marcus Ball got his hand on that.
The second player from Memphis, he's all over the football field. Very athletic, coming off the edge. He can't get there. He's going to sky, show us his vertical, get his hands up. Darian knocks it down. Smart play, because that could have been going the other way.
And Ricardo Koklo is back to receive this punt from Schmidt, who is back in the game. Another great kick. And Koklo at the 2, the 1, the end zone, and finally the 10. Toronto will be in a deep hole, but the Argos with the lead as Don Carl-Inman and company have the lead in Saskatchewan, and the CFL on TSN returns right after this.
New Dentine Rush. Practice safe breath like never before.
So the Argonauts in their worst field position of the game. Of note, though, Toronto has taken 3 possessions from inside its own 20-yard line this year, down for touchdowns. That's the most in the CFL, but that was with Ricky Ray at the controls. Polaros first down from his 10-yard line. And the give to Cackert. Trying to get the corner, and instead gets Hailey Taylor after a gain of a couple.
Well, he was coming, too. Sideline to sideline, great size. 6'3", 245. And he was coming. Cackert's fast, too, you know, and he's got fresh legs. And you're going to watch him redirect. And he's just taking an angle now. Cackert cuts right back into him. Gets stapled to the turf.
And all kinds of early movement there as the Riders were trying to disguise the blitz. Sir Vincent Rogers, who is back in at left tackle for Saskatchewan. Tony Washington's a late scratch for Toronto. May have been the man who moved. We'll get the call from Andre Proulx.
Legal procedure. Toronto number 66. 5-yard penalty. It remains 2nd down.
Yeah, it's where the pressure's going to be coming from. So you know your little hands. He's going to move just a little bit quick. You see Weldon Brown sneak up, and here they come off the edge.
Now 2nd and long from the 7. Polaros throws, and the pass is incomplete. Trying to find Childs. Terrell Maines was there on the coverage, and now a decision for Milanovic. 2.5 to go here in the first quarter. Whatever win there is behind Toronto's back. Kick it or give up 2.
Swayze Waters got a huge leg. I'd expect him to kick this out. Saskatchewan hasn't got anything going offensively, doesn't have a rhythm. I don't think they're giving up 2. I think they're going to rely on Swayze Waters' leg.
Waters with a fluttering kick to Jackson at the Toronto 50. Tristan Jackson room to run. And Demetrius Morley gets the top of his shoe. Or Jackson is gone. Would have been a long way gone. But as it stands, Saskatchewan will have excellent field position as this sputtering offense tries to get to work.
And Demetrius Morley, woo, boy, making his presence felt for the Argonauts already. Just his first start.
Corey Sheets remains on the Saskatchewan bench. First down Riders at the Toronto 42.
Bench being the operative word there. He hasn't gotten up since he's come off the field, Gord.
Early movement again. Flags are down. Could be a free play. Durant throws over the middle. And the pass is caught by Kier Johnson. And he's down to the 27-yard line. A pickup of 16 yards pending the outcome of the penalty.
Yeah, it looked like there were about 8 people offsides there. Looks like
we're pointing in both directions.
Look at that. Yeah, but I tell you, that was a good sign there by Darren. He stepped into that throw and threw a strike to Kier
Offside.
Johnson.
Saskatchewan 89. Offside. Toronto 92. We'll replay it down.
I guess
Still first down.
I guess I saw it right there, Gord.
Let's go down to Lee Jones.
Thanks a lot, Gord. You can see behind me, Corey Sheets is still being taken a look at by the doctors. They're actually putting a rubber sleeve on his right knee. They've been looking at it since he's been coming off. In fact, you can tell Sheets wasn't happy. He slammed his helmet down as soon as he went to the bench. But right now, they haven't called him, ruled him out of this game. They've just put the sleeve on, and they're going to see how it goes, guys.
Gain of 16 was wiped out. Now Durant throws again. And the pass is incomplete as Pottinger was there on the coverage, and Durant took a shot at the end of the play from Keontae Tripp. And what a CFL debut last week for Keontae Tripp. Interception return for a touchdown in his first Canadian Football League game.
Keontae Tripp making his presence felt for the Argonauts. Boy, he gets in the face of Darian Durant and labels him. That's tough on the right throwing on shoulder, I can tell you that.
90 seconds to go in the opening quarter. And Durant on second and long has time and throws. Rob Bag the catch. And down the 27-yard line for Saskatchewan, first down.
Just throwing a dart in there, tight coverage, big play. Offense is going nowhere. All kinds of pressure from the D-line. You stand in there and throw a strike. Let's watch his eyes, folks. He's looking right, looking left, steps up, and slings a dart to Rob Bag, moving the chains.
Gain was 16. Now Durant again looking for more. The pass incomplete for Chris Getzlaff.
If things going well, that's a ball that's caught just about every time. When you're struggling like the Sask offense is, it's tough to watch. This is a ball that Chris Getzlaff usually catches. It's a nice route, pushing him up, giving himself some space. It's a very catchable ball, well thrown by Darian. He turned that up, maybe scores.
Getzlaff held just one catch last week against Winnipeg. So once again, second and long for Saskatchewan. Durant under pressure looking to the end zone. He's got a man. Incomplete. Kier Johnson couldn't quite squeeze it. But he got in behind the coverage. And it'll be third down.
Inside 35, we're okay. 17-1.
Or they're saying, Gord, I think he takes another step. You can ask the boys in the studio. Milton Jockey takes another step. He runs through this. He's got a touchdown. I think he takes off a little early. Mistimes the jump. Falls off his fingertips.
Now Chris Milo, who hasn't missed this year, will try from 33 yards out. And Milo puts it through. On the final play of the first quarter, the Saskatchewan Roughriders get their first points of the game as Milo runs his record to 28 for 28 on the season. 11-3 the score. The CFL on TSN returns to Regina after this. Back in Regina on this Saturday night, the numbers after the opening quarter of play, and for the Saskatchewan Roughriders, just 38 total yards, -7 on first down so far in the football game, and of course 2 turnovers by the Riders, 1 interception and 1 the snap over the head of the punter. Matt, Corey Chamberlain said good teams bounce back from bad losses. A bad loss last week for Saskatchewan. So far, the Riders aren't bouncing back.
No, and this is a good team. Let's get that straight right off the top. This football team's gone through a ton of adversity this past week, both on and off the football field. Losing 3 starters like they have, and Dressler, Heenan, and certainly Williams hurts any football team. And then you lose your starting tailback in the first quarter, turn the football over twice, and look very out of sync. It's just carried over from the second half from last week, Gord. They need to find their rhythm soon.
Play fake to Kackert, and right away Collaros is being wrapped up on the play by Saskatchewan's Weldon Brown. Got the pass away. The Riders are arguing it was intentional grounding. The officials are going to talk it over. By the way, that field goal by Chris Milo.
There is no infraction on the play. Toronto 33 was there. Incomplete pass.
The field goal by Milo is 28th in a row this year, ties the franchise record set by Dave Ridgway.
Well, we're taking a look at it right here, and they're going to say that there's a receiver in check.
Okay.
Take your word for it.
Whoa, look out. Dontrell Inman was about 5 yards offside. The Argonauts had music piped into their practices all week. They've been going on silent counts for much of the week in practice, trying it here as well. And once again,
Offside. Toronto number 11. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
there's a big sack by the Saskatchewan crowd.
Yeah, what it does offensively when you have to go on the silent count really limits your motion and your capabilities and what you want to do as far as timing. And there we saw it disrupted there immensely on the snap of the football.
Now they're really into it. Second and 15. Collaros gets away from the pressure. Looking upfield, John Chick trying to track him down. Collaros throws. It's intercepted. Picked off by Weldon Brown. And he's got room to run inside the 30. Down to the 26-yard line. And there's a flag on the play. And just like that, a major shift in Saskatchewan's favor. A 33-yard interception return.
See this one coming. You know, I'm thinking in the words of certainly Corey Chamberlain comparing Zach Collaros to Colin Kaepernick, and he shows his ability to move and create, but then he shows his youth as well as he
foul. Piling on. Toronto number 54. 50 after distance in the goal. First down.
So Chris Manziel is called for piling on. And so with the half the distance penalty, Saskatchewan Roughriders will take over just outside the 10-yard line of Weldon Brown's third interception of the season.
Ill-advised throw by Zach Collaros. Looked like a young quarterback just trying to make something happen, forcing the issue. Weldon Brown with his third pick in the year, making it look easy, just playing center field, and the ball's thrown right to him.
Actually marked the ball at the 12. Toronto has the best red zone defense in the Canadian Football League. It'll be tested here. And the give goes to Hughes, and right away Jermaine Gabriel got in there. Saskatchewan runs the ball on first down more than half the time by most, but by far the most of any team in the league, but the loss of Sheets really hurts. Here's Lee Jones with more.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Gord. Corey Sheets has left the bench and has gone to the locker room. He tried to work on that knee to see if he'd be able to go, made a couple cuts, looked at the doctors right away disappointingly and shook his head no. As a result, he's gone in, and now Neil Hughes is left to carry the load as running back, guys.
Loss of 2 on that first down carry. Durant throws, and Marcus Ball knocked that down. Probably wanted the interception. It'll be third down. Saskatchewan, and the field goal unit comes back on.
It's almost a ditto and repeat of the last knockdown he had. He stuck this one right in both his hands. On the end of the line of scrimmage, he sees it. He thought he had it. Can't believe he didn't catch it.
Shades of last week, Matt, when Saskatchewan had good field position early in the game against Winnipeg and was unable to take advantage. And now Milo will try a 22-yard. Hit the upright. And the streak is over.
Well, I tell you, this is not on him. The ball rolled back from Corey Huckblack, who's having a horrendous night snapping the football. Second air and snap. Ball barely gets back to the holder. First miss on the season. Can't believe it. Well, this is unfortunate for Milo because he's having a phenomenal year. It's Brian Peters, the short snapping here on the field goal, not Corey Huckblack. He rolls one back to Ricky Schmidt, and it messes up the timing off the post. Streak over with.
Now the pass complete to John Childs up to the 31-yard line for a gain of 6.
So it goes from bad to worse. Defense gives the offense tremendous field position. You have a miscommunication between Durant and Neil Hughes in 1st and 10. 2nd and 10, ball's knocked down. You can't complete the field goal snap on a chip shot. Streak's ended. Defense back on the field.
And your tailback's out of the game. Saskatchewan now trying to stop Toronto on 2nd and 4. Play fake to Kacker. Collaros rolls away from the rush, throws to the sideline, incomplete for Andre Dury, as Dwight Anderson was there on the coverage.
I'm talking about well covered too. Play fake to get Collaros on the edge, and everybody was covered downfield. Smart play by Collaros not to try to force it, but I tell you, Dwight Anderson blanketed Andre Dury right there. I wouldn't have thrown that one. I would have pulled it down, tried to make something happen. Of course, it's a lot easier for me up here. Young kid down there is trying to make things happen. Go get that boot.
Swayze Waters back to punt. And Tristan Jackson to receive at the 30-yard line. And gets maybe 4 on the return as Marcus Ball is down in the special teams coverage. A 46-yard punt by Swayze Waters. Watch your favorite heroes save the world in Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the new series Tuesday, September 24th on CTV.
Yeah, Gordon, you know what Swayze Waters does for you? He spots this ball really well, and he gets good hang time.
Clipping. Saskatchewan number 51. 15-yard penalty. First down.
What I mean by spotting the football is he angles it, and the cover team